Now, I think it is live streamed. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
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 So,
Yes.
so let's start the lecture soon, right here. Let me show my screen. You can see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes, we can see.
Good, good, very good. Just a second. Yeah, we can go further. Here it is. Okay. So this was the shloka we were trying to understand last time. So this shloka is the shloka number 2. I'm doing a review a little bit because what I think is, let me take a quick review here, quick questionnaire. You have number of, we have about 17, 18 people today or something. I don't know, 12, 13, whatever. I want to quickly ask you, how many people are interested to understand the Sanskrit usage of the Śaṅkara Bhāṣya? That's one question. How many people are only interested in the conceptual understanding of the Kena Upaniṣad? Only conceptual, and you don't really care about the Sanskrit, but just you want to get the concepts right. So tell me, number one is the first question, number two is the second question. How many people in the first set?
I'm there.
Who wants to understand Sanskrit also? The Sanskrit usage.
Yes, I want.
I want to understand both Sanskrit usage as well as the concept.
Any more?
Swami, if you tell concept, Swami, I like to know concept first, then I can go to Sanskrit version. Because if you go to Sanskrit version, certain meanings all we cannot understand.
Okay, okay, I got it.
Krishnaji, I would also like to
got it.
Sanskrit one. Thank you, Krishnaji. This is Renu.
Okay, okay. Yeah, see, we have about 4 or 5 people or something, 4 or 5, maybe 4, 5, 6 people who know some Sanskrit and they want to understand what, the Sanskrit details of what Śaṅkarācārya is talking about. Okay, that is important, by the way. And some people may not have any Sanskrit background. The reason is they may come from a different country, different language, whatever, and they may be interested only in the concept. So I have to apologize that I cannot do perfect justice to both set of people. See, the people who do not want to see Sanskrit, do not want to understand Sanskrit, they will be wasting their time if I spend some time on Sanskrit. But I will ask them to kindly have the patience, because I will explain in English as well as deal with the Sanskrit. Both are important, because when we go to the next level, where we will be dealing with the commentaries of Ramanuja.org, Madhvacharya from other schools, there's a lot of Sanskrit discussion there, because some people may object to the way one person understands Sanskrit of the original text. So bear with us. We will definitely take it slow, but we will go into details. Have your questions ready, keep them ready, write it down somewhere. And when the time comes, I'll ask you to ask questions. We'll go further. Okay. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso mano yadvachoha vacham sau pranasya pranaha chakshusha chakshuho atimucha dhīrāḥ pretyasma lokāda bhavanti. The first question was very clearly, what is behind our eyes, mind, senses? What makes us all these work? That was the question. And the answer given is, oh, that is the ear of the ear, the mind of the mind, the speech of the speech, the breath of the breath, and the eye of the eye, comma, wise men give up ordinary wrong notions and departing from this world become immortal. So a complex answer is given for that question. And in the Upanishad, you see everything is given in some kind of a short form, right? Here, let's go into details of the Sanskrit of Śaṅkarācārya's Bhāṣya here. We already did some of it. Okay, I'll give you the concept first and then go to the Sanskrit. See, suppose I ask a question. Oh, this company is running very well. Who created this company? Who is behind this company? Then you name the person. Okay, some X guy, he's the CEO of the company, he's the founder of the company, he made the whole company work. So you say that, right? So similarly, Śaṅkarācārya uses a simple example. Somebody asked the question, who is Rama? Oh, Rama is the guy. Look at this guy. He is using a sickle or a scythe, which is some kind of a knife-like instrument, and he's cutting the grass, and that is Rama. So Rama has a specific job, specific function, and we can say that is a person. But unfortunately, our eyes, mind, ears, and all seems like working like automatic. We don't see the person behind it. So we cannot easily denote like how we denote this farmer Rama who is cutting the grass. But on the other, in this situation, the Upanishad is trying to tell in simple terms, but realizes that there's something complex, because the ears cannot operate without that Brahman being there. And Brahman is the one who is making all of us work, breathe, think, but we think that we're doing it. In fact, the mere presence of that Brahman makes all of us operate. All our senses operate. But what we are seeing today, any scientist, non-believer, atheist, or just a scientist who doesn't even believe that there is anything other than the physical universe, what does that person do? It's a stimuli and reaction. He says, oh, I can hear the sound. Oh, my ears are working. So he only looks at the aspects like thinking, willing, making efforts. Thinking is, oh, this is right, this is wrong, whatever. Thinking is something like, I want to do this, I don't want to do this. Then he will make a decision that, no, I will do this. After some thought, he'll say, yes, I will do this. Then he will do some efforts to do that, to achieve what he wants. So looking at all these happening behind our eyes, ears, they're all operating in some kind of a fashion, like, some thought is going on, some decision to do some work is going on, and then they actually do some efforts. Looking at all these things, we see that the senses somehow work together for somebody else. What is this? My eyes are seeing, but for whom? For eye's sake? No, but somebody else. So my ears are hearing. For whose sake? Ears want to just hear? No, for somebody else. So there seems to be somebody else, like the owner of a home for whom the home is built. There is an air conditioner to cool it when it is too hot. There are some, water system where he can, they can get water inside the home. That way, the owner of the home gets water. So all these things are built for somebody else. That's what this Upanishad is trying to say, that it is not what you see, touch, feel there. You don't see, touch, feel all the person, that is the person behind our senses, our mind, you're not able to directly grasp. But there's somebody out there. A scientist or an atheist generally says, I cannot see anything other than this. There are some nerves behind it, and there's a brain. The brain seems to do something, but why is the brain operating? Where is consciousness there? Here comes the problem for the scientist. That is why in the last 20, 30 years, the new subject called the hard problem of consciousness is becoming important to the scientists. Number of scientists like psychiatrists, neuroscientists, artificial intelligence people, they're all thinking about what's making all these things happen. The nature of consciousness can we understand through science. They're trying to do it. So here, the Upanishad says, I'll read through the Sanskrit here. This is what I explained just now. Already the concept I gave you, but I'm just going to read the Sanskrit so that people can follow it. Yogyaha guru. So because the guru, the teacher starts answering the question, Shrunuyatvam prichasi manādi karanajatasya ko devaha svaveshyam prati prerahita katham va prerayatiti. Oh student, you ask me, who is making the mind perceive objects? Ko devaha, there should be some divine entity. Mind is not easy. Even today, you cannot get an artificial mind. Has anybody heard of an artificial mind which can replace? Take the mind of a pig and put it inside the human, human body. Have you heard? Silence.
Swami,
No.
I think
Nobody in the world has done that. What?
it's so the artificial intelligence that we talk about is just one part of it, right?
Fine.
One
My
part
question
of the
is
mind that we
simple. One part is different. Even a calculator does some counting, right? That's one part. I'm asking, the mind as it is, can it be replaced artificially?
No, it cannot be.
Cannot be. So the thing is, manādi karanajatasya ko devaha svavishayam prati prerayita katham va prerayati. There should be some divine personality, devaha, which we don't understand. Who is that person who is doing making our minds work? Shrotrasya shrotam shrunoti anena shrotram. So ears is because it hears, that's why it is ear. Shabdasya shavanam prati karanam shabdadi vyanjakam shotramindriyam. What does it do? It recognizes sounds and also language and tells that to the hearer. Tasya shrotram saha yastvaya prashtha chakshu shrotram ka udevo yunati iti asau evam vishishtaha shrotradi shotradini niyungte iti vaktavye nanu etadananuropam prativachanam shrotrasya shrotam iti. If somebody asks who is behind, who is making my mind work or eyes work, what should the answer be? Oh, that was done by Tom. Oh, George is responsible for your ears. Something like that. Why is the Upanishad saying that the ear of the ear, eye of the eye, all those things? Naishadoshaha. He says that no, that is not wrong. Tasya anyatha visheshan anavagamat. Look, the entity which we are speaking about, the Brahman behind all these, does not have any characteristics or attributes. Anyatha vishesha anavagamat. We don't know the characters. We cannot understand characteristics of this entity. Yadihi Shrotradi Vyapara Vyatiriktena Svavyaparena Vishishtaha Shrotradi Niyokta Agamyita Datradi Prayuktavat Tad Idam Tadedam Ananurupam Prativachanam Syat. So, if there was a real person behind all these things who can be denoted, like how we denoted in the example, Rama is the guy who is using a sickle and cutting the grass, and he is behind this operation. If we cannot find such person, and we can even, Rama is the guy wearing the hat. So you can describe the person. He says there are no characteristics or attributes for this person to be described. Natu iha Shrotradinam prayokta svavyapara vishishto lavitadivad adhigamyate. So the thing is, he is explaining further though. In the case of Rama, something you can even say, oh, he's holding the scythe or the sickle, the instrument. We can't find such. Shrotradinameva tu samhatanam vyaparena alochana sankalpa adhyavasaya lakshanena palavasana lingena avagamyate. Even the actions of the ears and all, we see when the whole complex is together, working our mind, ears, eyes, body, and everything, they are working together. We feel that there is some kind of a thinking going on, and the alochana, some kind of sankalpa or willing going on, that the decision to do something. Adhyavasaya lakshanena. Okay, I've decided I will start something. Havasada lingena, looking at the fruits, the final goal that, oh, I understood the sound. Oh, I heard the roar of a lion here. I have to run. So when somebody runs, oh, he heard the sound of the lion. We seem to get things by inferring that this is what is happening. Oh, there's something behind us, a robot-like structure called the human being, where a lot of senses are working. Samhatanam pararthatvad avagamyate shrotradinam prayokta. You look at all these things put together in our body, eyes, senses, and all. They seem to be serving somebody else. Pararthatvad avagamyate. Tasmad anurupameva idam prativachanam shrotasya shrotamiti. So look, the way Upanishad is using the language, ear of the ear, eye of the eye, that's okay. Kah punaratra padartha shrotasya shrotamityadeha. Nahi atra shrotasya shrotrantarena ityartha yatha prakashasya prakashantarena. Well, the usage seems to be even odd, because ear of the ear. Why does my ear need another ear? Why does my eye need another eye? No. I don't need a light to shine up and to look at something in front of me. I don't need another light. One light is enough. Naisha dosha, that is also not a problem. Ayamatra padartaha shrotram tavat svavishaya vyanjana samartham drishtam. Tattu svavishaya vyanjana samarthyam shrotrasya chaitanye hi atmajyotishi. So what he says is, the meaning of this sentence is, this is the understanding here. This is what we need to understand. So the ears can hear the sounds. That is understood. Tattu, but svavishaya vyanjana samarthyam shrotrasya. The thing is, the function of hearing of the ears happens only when there is a consciousness, Chaitanya, hi Atma Jyotishi, that is the light of Atman, Nitye, that is eternal, Asamhate, it does not have a lot of parts. Asamhate, it is not made of different parts, but it's one. Sarvantare, it exists everywhere, it is omnipresent. Sati Bhavati, only because of that entity the ears work. Na asati. If that entity is not there, the ears don't function. Ataha shrotrasya shrotam ityadyupapadyate. So figuratively, using poetic language, Upanishad is saying there's the ear of the ear. The ear that makes ear work. The eyes which make eyes work. So it's using such language and it is justifiable. Okay, so far, everything understood?
Yes, Swami.
Now, we'll go to the next page. This we explained already. Okay, why? Okay, 1 second. We already explained this. Okay, tathacha shrutyantārani. We see some of these we cannot understand using the senses and information from senses alone. Some things are suprasensory, they're beyond our senses. So we have to believe the Vedas which talk about it. Which are the statements in the other Shrutis, other Vedas, other Upanishads? Ātmana eva ayam jyotishaste. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in the Jyotir Brahmana, it explains that when there is no light outside, when it is dark, when nothing else is, when there is no fire nearby, what is that lights up our body? Ātman Jyotishi. There is Ātman within. That is what is making us conscious. Tasya Bhāṣya sarvam idam vibhati. The Mundakopanishad 2:20 says, by the light of that Ātman, everything shines, everything operates. Yena surya stapati tejasa iddhaha, tejasiddhaha. Taittiriya Brahmana says, even the sun does not operate and burn like how it is operating without Ātman. It cannot do its job. The stars, the black holes, whatever you think of in this universe, are all acting because of Ātman. Yadaditya tejo jagat bhāṣayate akhilam. Bhagavad Gītā also says that Yada aditya gatam tejaha jagat bhāṣayate akhilam, like the light, the light of the sun, which shows the universe, like that there is the light which is within, that is Ātman. Khetram khetri tata krishnam praksheti bharata. Thing is, khetram is field. Field is the field, right? Khetri is the knower of the field. So the knower of the field lights up the entire field, like how our consciousness lights up our body, that we know this body exists. Katake, in the Kathopanishad, Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, this verse we talked about in the last class. The summary of our conversations after we talked about is Nityo Anityanam verse also can be used. Nityo Nityanam can also be understood. Śaṅkara Bhāṣya here says Nityo Nityanam, that is eternal among eternals. And eternal among non-eternals version is also used by the followers of Śaṅkarācārya, including Chinmayananda Swami and several other Acharyas and Sachidanandendra Saraswati and all. So we have two versions here. That's both acceptable because when it becomes eternal among eternals, Advaita accepts a second set of eternal. One eternal is Ātman itself. The second is Maya, because Maya is always there. Because this universe seems to just go on and on and on. Because the cause of the universe is avidya, and his Maya is inscrutable, not understandable. It is beyond logic. And it can do what is impossible to do. Aghatita Ghatana Shakta. So Maya is also eternal. In that sense, it is eternal, and all the entities which are lighted up by Maya in a way, which are combinations of one consciousness reflected on Maya, the different reflections of one consciousness on Maya. We can take it that way, that Nitya is eternal among eternals. We can understand that way. Shrotradyeva sarvasyam bhutam. There we need to understand in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya and Advaita, the plurality is due to plural reflecting surfaces. Plurality is due to different reflecting surfaces. Not because Ātman is plural, there's only one consciousness which lights up everything in this universe. Okay, what is the question, Ram?
Sir, actually, as per Paramatmananda Swami, this is a Mahavakya for Advaitans. In the book, this Nitya Nityanam, which is there, Swamiji says that this is a Mahavakya. Aikyabodhyakam Vakyam, he says in his book. Swami Paramatmananda Swami.
Aikyabodhya. So, Paramatmananda is taking the view is Nitya Anityana. Aikyabodhya means what? It is one among non-eternals. Chetanaha, it's one consciousness among different consciousnesses. Right? So the oneness is upheld here. Oneness is the main purport of this sentence. And that is Aikya, because the rest is Anitya. All others other than one eternal is non-eternal. And eternal means that will go away. Once you know, once you get knowledge, the other things will sublate according to Advaita. And Paramatmananda Swami is taking that meaning. That's all.
Yes. Thank you, Swami.
Shrotradyeva sarvasyatma bhutam chetanamiti prasiddham. See, what we say is, when we say, even though our eyes are seeing, our ears are hearing, I can hear, I can see, you say that. So you are basically replacing your instruments by yourself. I am able to see, you say, but the eyes are seeing, but you say you are seeing, because you are thinking these body with different senses are basically you. Why? We have this illusion, right? That is, we are Dehatma Brahma. What is Dehatma Brahma? You are mistaking yourself to be the body. That is why you say, oh, I am dark, I am fair, I am brown, I am yellow, I am green. You say different things to yourself, but you are actually basically different to your body, but not yourself. You make a mistake. This is known as Adhyāsa. Adhyāsa means superimposition. Somebody says, I am fat, I am lean, but they are referring to the body which is fat or lean, but they superimpose these body characteristics on Ātman, which does not have these characteristics. So Shrotradyeva sarvasyatma bhutam chetanamiti prasiddham. So we have this illusion which is very well known. Tadiha nivartyate. That is wrong. And that error in our common perception of this universe is highlighted here. What is the error? We think that we are this body. We are senses. That is error. Astimapi vidbhat buddhigamyam. But the intelligent ones understand that there is one thing, sarvantaratamam, which is inside everything, kutastham, which is unchanging, ajaram, which never gets old, amrutam, which is eternal, which is immortal, abhayam, which is fearless. There is no fear in Ātman. Shrotraderapi shrotradi tatsamarthya nimittam. It gives the power of the ear to the ears. Iti prativachanam shabdarcha shabdartascha upapadyate eva. This makes sentence and usage in the Upanishad correct. Tatha manasaha antahkaranasya manaha. In the same way, it is the mind of the mind. Nahi antahkaranam antarena chaitanya jyodisho didhitim vishaya sankalpad vyavasayadi samartham syat. If there is no consciousness, the mind will not Without the light within, without the jyoti, consciousness, the mind does not operate. The mind cannot contemplate, think, decide, start an effort, put forth effort. All these activities cannot happen without that consciousness. Tasmat manasopi mana iti buddhimanati ekikritya nirdesho manasah iti. Here the Upanishad is combining by word manas, the buddhi or intellect also, making manas includes intellect also. So our intellect will also not function without the consciousness. That's what is the meaning. We're okay here? Do we understand everything here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, yad vacho havacham, yad shabdo yasmadate shrotate sarvai sampadyate tas yasmat shrotasya shrotam yad manaso manaha iti evam vacho havacham iti dvitiya prathama. Here we don't have to worry about vacho havacham means it's speech of the speech. Truly speaking, what Śaṅkarācārya mentions is yad vacho vaka. It should not have it should not be vacham. It should be vaka. But he resolves it to say several other sentences like pranasya pranaha. There pranasya pranam is not mentioned. So pranasya pranaha is mentioned. So Upanishad is okay to use such usages. That's what this whole thing is talking about. Not important. Just Śaṅkarācārya is justifying the usage of Prathama Vibhakti and Dvitiya Vibhakti, that is, first person, second person, in the usage of the Sanskrit. Not so important here. Sayastvaya prishtaha pranasya pranakyapti vishesha pranaha tatkritam hi pranasya pranana samartanam na hyatmana anadhitishthitasya prananam upapadyate. So it is also said it is the breath of the breath. What does it mean? Without that Ātman within, the prana, the breath does not operate. Breath helps us to breathe constantly, right? And we are constantly breathing. It's automatic machine working for all. It does work as long as we survive, right? But this prana, the breath, is not working by itself. There is something behind the prana. That is why the Śruti, Taittiriya Upanishad says, Pohyevanya atah pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasyat. It says, how can anybody breathe without that akasha, which is blissful akasha, the blissful, omnipresent entity, that Brahman who is blissful. Without that Brahman, how can we breathe? Nobody can breathe without that Brahman. That is what it's saying. Urdhvam pranam unnayati, panam pratyagasyati. Kathopanishad says there is an automatic. Our pranas breathe upward. The pranas are pushed upwards. There is also urdhvam pranam unnayati has a lot of meanings. Yogis will say that when they focus and when they do dhyāna, their prana or the main breath is going upwards. Who pulls them upwards? Who makes them upwards? That is because of this Ātman. Apanam pratyagasyati. Apanam means that which is more like the breath or the air which makes our body do other functions like excretion and things like that. That is also naturally happening because of Ātman. If that does not happen, they have to go get into a hospital and get operated or something, right? So the Ātman is making everything happen. Ityādi Śruti ihapi ca vakshate yena prana praniyate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. Even in the Kena Upaniṣad, in the next few sentences, it says yena prana praniyate. The breath is made to work because of the Brahman within. Why is this making a lot of repetition here? Okay, why is it not just giving up? They're explaining everything in detail. Every essence is mentioned here and there, speech, because it is very normal for human beings to be atheistic and think that there is nothing other than what we perceive here. Scientists tend to be like, if I don't see something, it's not there. You know, all we can say is nature. Just use some word called nature. That's all.
I have to say something. Does it mean
Yeah,
that
go
in
ahead.
our body there is Atma and Paramatma also?
See, Atma Paramatma should be is there, but for in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya, he does not talk much about the Jiva here. He only talks about, see, he assumes Jiva. Without Jiva, Śaṅkarācārya also assume, is there something which lives from one body to the other? He mentions here and there is a Jivatma which lives from one body to the other. But the thing is, he
Is
says
there a
on the other
Paramatma
hand,
in the Jivatma also? In our body, my question is, in our body, there is Jivatma, Atma is there. And along with the Atma, there Paramatma also in our body. According to Śaṅkarācārya.
see, the thing is, you have to understand. See, according to Śaṅkarācārya, he accepts a Jivatma and he accepts a Paramatma. No doubt about it. He accepts Ātman. But here, in Kena Upaniṣad, we need to understand according to the context. In the context,
I agree.
Śaṅkarācārya is mentioning only one Atma. That is Paramatma only here, which is only one Brahman. He is not mentioning about the other things. So the Jivatma is not even mentioned in the Upanishad, and he said there is only one Atman which is making everything work. So
Yes, true.
in this context, we need to understand only the context and the sentence of the Upanishad. The Upanishad is also talking about there is something, one entity, which is making all the senses in our body work, including mind and breath. Prāṇa also.
Understood.
So, okay. Yeah. श्रोत्रादीन्द्रिय प्रस्तावे घ्राणस्य एव प्राणस्य न तु युक्तं ग्रहणं सत्यमेवं प्राणग्रहणेनैव तु घ्राणस्य ग्रहणं कृतमेव मन्यते श्रुतिः. So when you say senses, right, ears, eyes, you have to also mention nose, which is sensing smells, right? So, but why the smell is not, why it's going after prana here? The Upanishad directly talks about prana, breath, because in the other Upanishad, it very clearly it says prana is the best, is the chief among all other senses. So, by saying prana, that's enough. The nose and other senses are also included in it. But the main point is not about mentioning all the senses. The moment you mention prana, that means if the prana is the core behind all other senses, that's enough. But that is not the main point here. The main point here is sarvasya karna kalapasya. All these instruments, what we see here, the power behind the instrument is the Brahma. That is the meaning here. Tatha chakshushachakshu rupa prakashakasya chakshusho yad rupa grahana samartyam tad atma chaitanya adhishtitasya atas chakshushachakshu. Eyes operate because I can see objects because Atman is within. So the power is given by the Atma Chaitanya. Prashtuhu prishtasya arthasya jñātum ishtatvat श्रोत्रादेः श्रोत्रादि लक्षणं यथोक्तं ब्रह्म ज्ञात्वा इत्यादि अध्याह्रियते अमृता भवन्ति इति फलश्रुतेश्च. Here we need to understand there is a missing element in the original Upanishad. What is that? We'll go back and see the sentence. It says Tasya Shrotram Manaso Mano Yadvacho Havatyam So Pranasya Pranaha. We understood this whole sentence. Then again it says Chakshusha Chakshuhu. That also we understood. But it says Atimuchya Dhīrāḥ Pretya Asma Lokad Amṛta Bhavanti. Here Atimuchya means give up, giving up. What what is being given up? Atimucha means just giving up. Dhīrāḥ, intelligent ones, pretya small lokate, leaving this loka, amrta bhavanti, they become immortal. What is this giving up? What does this rest of the sentence mean? This is where Śaṅkarācārya says, see, knowing that Brahma behind all this, Jñātva ityadhyāhyate. The word Jñātva, knowing Brahman, that knowing word have to be assumed, understood. Amrta bhavanti, only by knowledge, the person becomes immortal. And the Phalaśruti means that is the result. How does this wonderful result, wonderful goal, how is this goal attained? By knowledge. Jnānāt Amṛtatva prapyate. By knowing, one becomes immortal. Jñātva atimucya iti samarthyate. What does this Jñātva atimucya mean? Śrotādhikarana kalāpamujjitva. That means, atimucya means give up, right? So giving up the I feeling behind the senses and body. I am not the body. I am different from the body. Giving up the feeling that I am the body. Giving up the feeling that I am the ears or ears, eyes, and so on. Shrotrādau hi Ātma bhavam kritva tadupadihi sanne tadatmana jayate mriyate samsarati cha. Look, because we are identifying ourselves with this body, because we are identifying ourselves as, oh, this is, I am seeing, I am hearing, and all those things. But these are upadis. These are instruments which are external to us. Because of this identification, wrong understanding that I am the body, we all are born, we die, and we come back to this cycle of births and deaths because of wrong identification. Ataha Shrotrādilakshanam Brahma Veti Viditva. Then giving up the identification. So Atimucya is Ujjitva means giving up. So giving up this identification with the body, knowing that the power behind this set of instruments and the body and all the operations is actually Brahma, which is Atma. Iti viditva, knowing that. Atimucya, Shrotrāt Yatma bhavam parityajya. So giving up the feeling that I am the ear, I am the body and all. That's what is mentioned here. Śaṅkarācārya expands it and introduces the idea that knowledge is very important. Knowledge of Brahman is what lets you loose from this mess. Ye Shrotrāt Yatma bhavam parityajya. Yeah.
Swami, the one who gives up and the one who attains immortality by this knowledge is Jiva, right? Because Brahman is immortal already, correct?
Correct.
So
yes.
So but the one who is, because of whom the eyes, ears, and everything is working is Brahman.
Yes.
And not the Jiva, right?
Not the Jiva. Brahman only, yes. Brahman is making everything happen. True.
So without even talking about Jiva, everything is mentioned here, is it? Because in Advaita theory, Brahman doesn't do anything, right? It is just the witness of everything, right? Because it exists.
Here, yeah, here only
just because of its existence, all these. Yeah, okay. So, but the doing and everything, knowing and everything is done by the Jiva here, is it?
Good question. So the thing is, yes, because you have to assume a Jiva behind the mind, intellect. Because mind, intellect is different from Jiva, right? So the thing is, you have to assume a jiva in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya, but that is not explained in this context. It is all it explains. There is Brahman which is required for all these operations of the body and senses. Okay, and
Krishna.
they dhīrāḥ. Then your question becomes they dhīrāḥ means who are these dhīrās, right? The intelligent ones. They have to be jivas of some kind. Jivas, they're all jivas who are intelligent, and those intelligent ones who give up the feeling that they are the body, mind, intellect. They attain.
And we are still talking about the Vyavaharika level here.
True, Vyavaharika level only, yes.
Okay, so
Nahi Vishishta Dhimatvam Antarena, without knowledge of Brahman. Vishishta Dhi means these entities like eyes, ears, breath and all are not operating by themselves. There's something else, Vishishta, that means combined with Ātman. So not only when you know that the Ātman is there, Shrotradyatma bhavaha shakyaha parityaktum, then only you can say that I have to give up. So there is an I here, which is only you know the I is also combined with all the other instruments. You can give up the I. In other sense, here the I is Brahman itself. Only without the knowledge of Brahman, you cannot give up the attachment to the body, mind, intellect. Why? Because you have nothing else. Suppose I don't have knowledge of Brahman. Suppose I don't believe that there is anybody other than what I see. My eyes are working. You know, the tiger saw the man, jumped on the man, and ate the man, killed the man. All I see is tiger is doing it. I cannot say anything else. So I cannot, if I don't understand the Brahman behind it, I cannot give up the feeling that I am the body. So the thing is, tiger is the body. The tiger is same as the body. I am same as the body. As long as I don't recognize a third, other entity there, I'll think that I am the one, and I cannot give up the feeling of oneness with my body, the attachment to the body, and say I am same as the body. I cannot give this up unless I know Brahman. So, what is this attachment? Pritya, Vyavritya, Asmad Lokat, Putra, Mitra, Kalatra, Bandhushu. So, we have this attachment of not only our body, anything related to our body, saying that, oh, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my spouse, these are my friends, these are my relatives. And I have the mama aham bhava, this mine, and I. The I and the mine feeling, bhava, samvyavahara rakshanat, that is the nature of this universe. Only when you give up all the attachments and the feeling of I and mine, tyakta sarvaishanaha bhutva, you have to give up all the attachments. Putra, Mitra, Kalatra, Bandhushu, Mama, Aham, Bhava, Vyavahara, all these attachments to children, friends, spouses, relatives, everything. So only when you give up that Ishana, the desires, Amṛtaha, Amaradharmanaha bhavanti, then they become immortal. Clear here?
Yeah. Yes, Swami. But then do we not have to define the relationship of that Dhīrāḥ or Jīvatma with the one who is making all this do?
True. See, Jīvatma, no, not like that. Jīvatma is the agent here. And even the Dhīrāḥ, Ramanuja.org asked the question, Dhīrāḥ, can we understand this as Dhīrāḥ as a reflection of Brahman in I? Yes, Dhīrāḥ are all reflections only. Even the intelligent ones are reflections of Brahman in this body, mind, intellect. That's true. So Dhīrāḥ, they're all reflections. They are jivas. True. But that is assumed here. And here, jiva is not making your eyes, eyes and ears work. The Brahman is the one which is making your eyes and ears work. That's the idea. He is the Brahman. Is, otherwise, I can, if my jiva is capable of everything, I'm not going to give up my body. I'm not going to die. Is that possible? I am forced to die when the time comes. It's happening without my, am I making my eyes work? Let me design my eye. Oh, the cornea should be so big and the size of the lens should be so big. It should be made of this material. Am I doing this? The Jivatma is not doing anything. Jivatma is out there. Jivatma is there somewhere inside the body. Fine. Jivatma is the one, but the person behind all the activities is Brahman only.
So Jiva is only the Bhokta, the experiencer.
Exactly. Here, one thing, you cannot combine the meanings given in all other places and put here. You have to follow the commentator. Whose commentary is this? Śaṅkarācārya.
Śaṅkara. Yes,
right? You have to follow
Śaṅkarācārya's
commentary. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Let me power the head. Hold on.
One thing I have to ask.
Okay.
Is Jiva means he is with the Prāṇa, Ātma only, no? Without Ātma, there is no Jiva.
Fine. So?
Jiva. No, that's what I wanted to
the Jiva theory and the Jiva idea is not brought out here by Śaṅkarācārya.
Somebody told Jiva is only the enjoyer, Bhokta. So
that is all okay. But here that Bhoktatva is not even explained here. Dhīrāḥ is the only reference to Jiva here. The Dhīrāḥ term is the intelligent ones. They are all Jivas. Dhīmantaha.
Yes.
One with intelligence. So the thing is, the Upanishad is not committing to anything else. Śaṅkarācārya just leaves it away. Yeah.
Swami, here Dhīrāḥ is not Tattvadarshi. We should not take in that context Tattvadarshi.
Yeah, it should be Tattvadarshi also, because Dhīrāḥ is the one which is intelligent, who knows Brahman, right?
Yes. So we should take in what context now? Dhīrāḥ is Jiva or Tattvadarshi means who knows that he is an Atma here. In which context we have to take this meaning?
Both, right? Because Jiva, who is a Tattvadarshi? See, even in Bhagavad Gītā, Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Plural is used. Go fall at the feet of the knowledgeable ones. They will tell you the Jñāna. Right?
Yeah. So this is the realized. Sorry, this is.
No, Mami, I think somebody has not muted. You're talking behind, and your conversation should not be here. What conversation you're doing at home? So you have to mute yourself when you're not asking questions. That's all.
Swami, Dhīrāḥ is one who is realized person. Realized person. Yes. That is, he's not an Ajnani. Yes. He's a Jnani. Okay.
Fine. Yes. True. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyāge, naike, Amṛtatvama, nashuhu. In the Taittiriya Narayana Upanishad, it says, not by actions and karmas. Na prajaya, not because of having children. Na dhanena, not because of wealth, can one attain immortality. Tyāge, naike, giving up. Sannyasa, renunciation is what helps us to get immortality. They attain immortality only through renunciation, not because of the karmas, that is the Agnihotra and other kind of Veda Vihita karmas, not because of getting children, not because of their wealth. Similarly, Paranchikani Vedranat Swayambhu Tasmat Param Pashyati Nantaratman. This is the Kathopanishad verse. Paranchikani means our senses are outbound. A rare person can see inside and realize Amṛtatva Michan, look, interested in immortality, he sees within the Ātman.
Krishnaji, this is Renu. I was reminded of the Ishavasya class that you took, in which this shloka, that's I think about the
True, yeah. Ishavasya sarvam. Yes.
Iti dhīrāṇam ye nastat vyachachakshire or something like that.
Yes.
That also mentions the dhīrāṇam. Iti sushruma dhīrāṇam. That comes there too.
Yeah, it is sushruma dhīrāṇam ye nastat vyachachakshire. So we hear from the intelligent ones.
Ishavasya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. True.
Krishna, I have a comment here. Because in the view of Advaita, Brahman and Jiva are essentially the same. Probably that is why Śaṅkara has avoided Jiva explicitly. He is taking only the attribute of Buddhi.
Exactly. Yeah. He is not talking about Jiva directly here. Yes. True. I have another question for Ramanji. I don't understand this question properly. In the text he has written, I think in this commentary, the Dhīrā is Brahman in virtual form as Ātman, which is not actually there. So Brahman is the cause of these actions. I am not to attain Amṛtatva according to this Bhāṣya. No, I don't think so. I don't understand this question at all, first of all. I don't understand this question. Dhīrā is not Brahman. What is the mention here? Wait a minute. I don't want to. Hold on a second. One second. Dhīrāḥ, it is right. Chakshu Dhīrāḥ pretya asma lokad amrta bhavanti. Dhīrāḥ is in plural. They are jivas. Jñātva, that means that they know already. Dhiya ramate means they know already. Pretya asma lokad amrta bhavanti. They leave this body and go. They pretya asma lokad amrta bhavanti. That we have not even come here. The word dhīrāḥ obviously means the intelligent ones. They are knowledgeable ones, but they are also sitting in the body somewhere, right? Because intelligence is in the body.
Krishnaji, elsewhere also in other Upanishads like Mundaka, there is that Dvasuparna shloka, right? There also there is the two birds sitting on the tree. There is several. You have to unite the divine with the mortal. Don't they talk about? I mean, they don't specifically call it Jivatma Paramatma, but there is always the concept of one watching and the other one witnessing, the other entity experiencing.
True. See, the thing is there, you have to take each Upanishad in that context.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the thing is, Śaṅkarācārya is allowed to bring other Upanishads only because he wants to make a point. That's all. Right? References here or just to make a point.
Yes.
See, another Upanishad in the Kata Upanishad says, Yada sarve pramuchyante Jñāna manasa saha or something is there. Atra brahma samashnute. So the thing is, when everything, when you give up all this attachment, he attains Brahman right here. The clear stress here is he attains Brahman right here. This is with respect to a Jñāni, according to Śaṅkarācārya, but he will explain himself. Itya Śrutibhyaha athava Adimuchya ityetenaiva ishana Tyāgasya visiddhatvat asmal lokat pretya asma sharirad apetya amṛtatva ityartaha athava. See, the thing is, he says that there are two types here. Atra Brahma Samashnate, he is mentioning, saying that he can attain Brahman right here. He doesn't have to leave anything. Okay. But the Upanishad itself, what do you call it? It says Atimuchya Dhīrāḥ Pretya Asma Lokamata Bhavanti. So there are two things indicated in the Upanishad itself. What is that? You go back to the Upanishad. Here, Dhīrāḥ Pretya Asma Lokad Amrata Bhavanti. So the thing is, what according to Śaṅkarācārya, once you get Jñāna, you can get moksha right here. That is Atra Brahma Samashnate. Here you will attain Brahman. But the Upanishad is saying Pretya Asma Lokad Amrata Bhavanti. The word Pretya means giving up the attachment to this body and senses.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Asma Lokat means here the word Loka here according to Śaṅkarācārya is the Sharira. The body is the loka. Lokyate anena, that which gives you experience. See, the word loka is very complex in Sanskrit.
Correct.
Lokyate anena. You see through, you experience through something. That is what the word loka means. Here, Śaṅkarācārya takes the word loka as sharira, or the body. So, giving up this body, that is during death or after death, amrita bhavanti. So, Śaṅkarācārya says the both are the videha mukti, sadhya mukti. There are two different aspects. That means the person can have moksha right here while living. That is called Jīvanmukti in the Advaita. But there is also moksha which is after the body is given up. And that is videha mukti. That is giving up the body and going out there. So both are. So some people say, what is the stress of what is the stress of the Upanishad? What is the view of the, what is the true mukti? Is true mukti same as giving up the body and going? Is that the true mukti we are talking about? And what is their mukti right here? As a Brahma, Atra Brahma Samashnate is having moksha right here in the body. Which is the true one? Some people, Advaita says, oh, some people think that only when you leave the body you will get moksha because it is said here so. But that is not true. Advaitans believe for Jnani, there is no giving up of the body. There is no leaving this body for Jnani. That is also okay. So there's some complexity in Advaita understanding here. We don't have, Śaṅkarācārya does not go into the details here. Only the later authors are trying to understand two different views here.
Very sorry, Krishna.
Yeah. What is it? No, nothing. No problem. Just mute yourself when you are not asking question because you will not hear others. That's all.
I forgot.
Don't worry.
Very
No
sorry.
problem. No problem. Okay. All this we have explained already. Okay. Now we go to the next. This one we already are 8 o'clock. We have. I think we started late. I will. This is going to take a long time to explain this because there is so much of explanations. Not so much of explanation, but thing is, I think it's better to take it in the next class. Any doubts so far? Everything is okay?
We can summarize one thing based on the first sloka also. There in the original Upanishad, there is a mention of who is the Deva, who is directing. There also Śaṅkara does not bring into the meaning of Jīvatma and the other divinity like the way it is brought out in Vishtadvaita Advaita. He purely takes it as Brahman and the one who is having buddhi, that's all.
That's exactly, yes. So the thing is, see, Śaṅkarācārya doesn't go into details here. Is Deva same as Ātman? But it is same as Ātman according to the Upanishad here, right? But the thing is, Śaṅkarācārya gets some external idea saying that, look, this is Nirguṇa Nirvishesha. It is attributeless. So he brings in the attributelessness by himself, referring to other Upanishads or whatever his ideology is. See, Advaita is about firm belief in certain principles, and that is the viewpoint they project. Similarly, Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita will project their own major principles they believe in. Yes.
Yes, because in the Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita context, they will use that word Deva and separate Jiva from the Deva, from the divinity over there.
Definitely they would do that, and we have to see when we get Bhāṣya, we'll see it in detail when we get to Ramanuja Bhāṣya on this, and also Dvaita Bhāṣya, Śaṅkara, Madhu Bhāṣya also.
Swami, but if you, Swami?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello? Swami?
Yeah, go ahead.
Swami, same Śaṅkara Bhagavad-pada, same in Tattva-bodha, he says that eye, speech, mind are denoted by separate deity, he says. Means eyes is represented by Surya, speech is represented by fire, he says there. But here he doesn't points anything like that, eyes, speech, mind. This I did not understand initially.
No, true. What it is see, the Abhimani Devata, right? The Abhimani Devata are the deities which are responsible for the eyes, ears, mind, breath, and all, right? That is not mentioned specifically here. Maybe because of the original Upanishad does not stress it too much. Okay, and it's also the style of the author. Madhva Bhāṣya generally brings up the Abhimani Devata or the deities very fast. Wherever possible, they will just get the Abhimani Devata there, right? So it's just the style of the author. Maybe in some other places, Śaṅkarācārya makes it a point to bring the Abhimani Devata in Tattva Bodha or something. I'm not aware of that book properly. I have not looked at that book seriously. Maybe I should look at it someday. But we just follow what Śaṅkara's Bhāṣya is here, that's all.
Okay. Another thing, Anityam can be considered, body also can be take Anityam. When you say Nitya, Anityanam, this Anityanam, body also can be take, the Sharira is also Anitya, everything can be considered. Okay.
Everything other than Brahman is Anitya.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
In Vishishtadvaita's eye, speech is was mentioned as separate devatas they have mentioned. I mean, the later authors have mentioned.
Why don't we pick up that question when we come to Vishishtadvaita Bhāṣya? Okay, because there's a lot of detail. See, when we focus on one Acharya, it is better to really get the his view completely, and that view is not expressed in only one shloka. Where to go to the end of the Kena Upaniṣad is taken as one unit. In that one unit, there are 4 chapters or 4 khandas, 4 pieces. We need to go through the whole thing to get one Acharya's view. Then we will come up with the other one. That way we try
one question on this Nitya and Anitya. Why do different interpreters take it as Anitya and Nitya in the Śaṅkara Bhāṣya?
See, in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya, Anitya is easier to take because what do you call? Because it's easy for them to explain that everything other than one Ātman is Anitya. But in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya itself, in the Kathopanishad, as mentioned by Srini Swami, actually Śaṅkarācārya mentions Nityanam only there. And probably there are 2 versions of it. That is, maybe there is a Ananda Ashrama version where there is a different mention there. But in the Kathopanishad, clearly in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya, it is Nityanam only. They have to justify both stands, right? The later Acharyas have to justify both views. What they say is, where you can have 2 types of Nityas. One Nitya is only Ātman is Nitya, nothing else is Nitya. That's a simple answer. The other type of Nitya is Maya is Nitya. But why plurality in Maya? Because different individuals are associated with Maya. So you can get plurality and explain also Nityatva, that Maya is Nitya. It depends on the definition of Nitya. Nitya can be used as that which is what do you call Trikala Abhadita. If you say Trikala Abhadita, that is that which is not sublatable, that which cannot be destroyed in past, present, and future. If you define that way, then there will be only one Nitya. That is only Brahman only, Ātma only in Advaita. Because Maya gets sublated. Maya goes away when a person gets knowledge. So Maya is not Nitya in that sense. But Maya continues to occur because of this universe. There are so many people stuck in this universe. So the Maya has to continue to exist. Billions of human beings, trillions of insects, they're all there. It's uncountable. So the world will not get...
It's like the dream is very real to the dreamer. Is that a comparison? Like Maya?
True, exactly.
When you're living in Maya, then the dream is very real. Yeah. When you wake up, the dream was a dream.
No, so not only that, if one dreamer wakes up, there are other people who are still dreaming.
Yes. So in that sense, Maya is Nitya. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. They're taking
different Maya ways is same as Maya is same as Prakriti, is it?
Maya is same as see in Advaita, you have to just take Maya as Maya only. Yama okay, sa Maya. Yama means that which does not exist is Maya.
Okay, Swami. I will not go into the details.
Yeah, that is another question altogether.
In Advaita, they take Maya as Avarana and Vikshepa. So that way.
So those are the Shaktis of Maya, right? Avarana Shakti and
Yeah.
Shakti. Yeah. So there are two aspects of Maya. Yeah.
Aspects or characters. Yeah.
True.
Thank you. Thank you for the explanation. Namaskar.
Both the explanation will be correct according to Sanskrit language. Nityo Anityanam or Nityo Nityanam. Sanskrit language almost like that.
Yes. True. Okay, then. Sarvagurubhyo namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane namaha, Shri Lakshmi Nasama Parabrahmane namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadana Parabrahmane namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. I have to go now. I have to stop here. Namaste.